When I got there, I saw broken glass and blood, and Grace kneeling down, and Anna stood above her, and they were both smiling. Okay. Oh. They stopped when they noticed me there, out of breath and confused. Oh, Jack? Hi, Jack. Did you decide to join us? No, I. What the hell's going on? Oh, this? Anna waved her hand at the floor at all the bits of glass, white ceramic, or ceramic? I never sound to say that word. Ceramic? Ceramic? Actually, there are also scattered cookies and drops of blood. Yes, that. Just looking at the blood made me feel sick, like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't peel my eyes away from it. It's just a little blood, Jack. Unless maybe your trauma is somehow related to blood, I don't know. I've always been like that around blood. I never had the stomach for it. Grace was picking up the broken pieces of ceramic. Ceramic? Ceramic? It's just certain words I don't know how to pronounce properly in my head. There was a little accident. An accident? Yes, what else? Grace, what happened? Oh, it's my fault, really. The cookies were harder than I thought, so I dropped the whole plate. And it was Anna's plate, too. Oh, be careful, Grace. You might cut yourself. I gotta cut you myself. No, she's cut herself already. Look. Huh? She only now seemed to notice the blood around her. But Grace checked her hands, turned them around a few times to see from every angle, but found no cuts there. It's not me. It's my blood. What? Anna was, I just noticed, holding her left hand tightly of her right. There was a little blood still trickling from between her knuckles. Oh no! Grace's hands hovered around Anna's. She looked willing to help, but afraid she'd do something wrong. How did this even happen? Oh, I tried to pick up some of the pieces. They're pretty sharp, aren't they? Oh, hang on, Anna. I'm fine. I don't need you to do anything. The way Anna said that was forceful, almost harsh. Grace backed away. I can still help. She remembered I was there. Jack, go get some gauze. Do you have gauze? Oh, useless. Frustrated, more frustrated than I've ever seen her before, Grace ran off to get the gauze herself. She left me there in the belly of the beast. I tried being polite. Shame about the cookies. That's being polite. A real shame. I didn't get to eat a single one. Well, actually. She picked one up with the free fingers of her left hand. Some of her blood got onto the cookie. Before I could say anything, she ate in one bite. Jesus. Oh, it's not bad at all. They're still warm. Do you want one? I'll pass. God, you make me sick. Oh, that's not a very nice thing to say, Jack. If anyone else said it. But I'll forgive you. She licked her lips. The blood just adds to the flavor, I guess. I should have left, but I was like a frog being stared down by a snake. I wonder what's taking Grace so long. Oh, she must be flustered. Poor girl. So much worry about a teeny little cut. It's not serious? No, it's not. How do you know? Oh, I've seen a lot of cuts. I can imagine. Anna laughed. Well, it's because she's a nurse. Yeah, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. That I couldn't imagine. So hard to believe, though I see proof of it every day. There's a lot of blood. Oh, you don't believe me? Look. She showed me her hand. The cut ran from the base of her thumb towards the middle of her hand. The wound was thin but long and ragged. The skin around the wound was pale and moist, showing how fresh the cut was. I could have puked. Oh, does it look bad? Don't worry, it won't even scar. Stop that. Really? I don't remember what I was gonna say. It wasn't nice in any case. What stopped me was Grace coming back. Sorry. There wasn't any gauze. Here. She brought a roll of pink toilet paper. I hope this is good enough. Well, don't you know toilet paper is actually a rare commodity these days, Grace? You shouldn't be wasting the toilet paper. Oh, thank you, Grace, but I don't need it. You don't? No, see? The blood stopped. Anna flashed me a smile. The corners of her mouth were still red. Bloody mouth. August 13th. Good day today. Didn't see Anna once. Hooray. But enough of that. After what happened, where I left off yesterday, I was sure Grace and I were on the same page. But no. In the end, I was the one who cleaned up that bloody mess on the floor. I threw away the cookies before Anna could get her hands on any more. No more blood cookies for you. Back in our apartment, Grace let out a long sigh. What a mess, am I right? Yeah, it was all my fault. I meant Anna. You did just meet her, right? Yes? And? Well, I can see why you've been avoiding her, if that's what you mean. Oh, thank you. She's beautiful. I thought she'd be some shy little girl or a crazy cat lady or something. But she's like a model. What? No. Yuri time. No. Don't try to deny it, Jack. It's why you don't go near her, isn't it? You don't want to be tempted. I shook my head. I really didn't see her that way. Now, with a little more perspective, I can say it's true. What a waste of good looks. But she's much more beautiful than me. Hey, don't say that. She's not. She is. Grace dropped her gaze to stare at her hands. And she wasn't mad that I ruined her plate. She wasn't scared of the blood either. She's just so cool, so awesome. I took her hands in mine, they were cold. Grace? Jack, you're beautiful and kind. More beautiful and kind than any other girl in the world. I'm lucky as hell to have you. My cheeks burned, I must have looked like a tomato. Tomato. I wasn't used to saying stuff like this. I mean it. So don't say stuff like that, okay? Oh. Grace blinked like she'd just woken up. Oh. I've been saying a lot of dumb stuff, I guess. Sorry. I'm a real hassle, huh? No, don't say that. And don't say you're sorry either. You've done nothing to feel sorry for. She apologized way too often. It was a little annoying. No. August 15. I didn't write anything yesterday. The pain in my leg made it so I couldn't focus. It's been hurting like a bitch these past few days. I gave in and asked the doctor about it. He's fine, by the way. Didn't disappear or anything. Must have taken a few days off. I asked him about the pain. I asked if he could do anything about it. Apparently, the pain is a good sign. I think that's what he said. So I guess my leg is healing alright. But it still hurts. When the doctor went away, I complained out loud that it hurts. One of the other patients must have thought I was talking to him. The patients here now are not the same guys I mentioned before. Maybe one is, but that's all. The others went away. To another part of the hospital, or home, or maybe to the morgue. I don't know, I wasn't keeping track. So I said something about how my leg hurt, and a guy on the bed next to me, a kid actually, can't be more than 18 or 19, starts talking to me. That makes me wonder how old everyone in this weird love triangle is, you know? Jack and Grace, and I guess at least maybe 20s, late 20s maybe, well, I'm guessing. I imagine to be a nurse, I don't know, do you have to go to medical school to be a nurse? I actually have no idea, but it might give me like an idea. Because if you need to go to medical school, that's like it's like longer. You'd probably be older than 18 at that point. So I don't know. Anyway, oh, actually, did I miss that? Okay. Came over and starts talking to me. I think he was saying how he's in a lot of pain too. I couldn't understand most of it though. His jaw's been wired shut. Anything he says, anything he tries to say turns to moans and a loud drool. Then the nurse came in, not Anna, and told him he shouldn't speak if he wants his mouth to get better. So he shut up. Well, not much else has happened. But my leg really is bothering me. It's a deep pain. It doesn't feel like it's healing. It feels wrong in a way that makes my teeth hurt too. Teeth hurt. Does teeth have like pain nerves? I think it does actually. Even though it's like a solid kind of like object, you know, in your mouth. I think there's you can feel pain in your teeth. Especially I guess because I think the nerves are inside the tooth. Anyway. I'll stop the leg now. I have to get my mind off of it. It hurts so much. I'll check where I left off the day before yesterday and go from there. You're not coming with us? Again? No, I don't feel like it. But Anna's so great to hang out with. We're breaking up. We're breaking up. I'm going to date Anna now. Yesterday we went window shopping and then we went to the cafe. And then we had ice cream in the park. Sounds fun. It was. Anna's a really interesting person. You should give her a chance. I want us all to be friends. So please come along. No, I'll pass. Sorry. A moment later, Anna came in without knocking. She never knocked anymore. Ready, Grace? Yes, in a minute. Grace heaved a sigh. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yes, I'm sure. Go have fun without me. Okay then, some other time. We kissed, smooch, and I saw she was making a face right there. Have fun. We will. Bye. Grace and Anna became friends. Good friends, very soon after they first met. I was against it, but I found it hard to complain seeing Grace so happy. They spent quite a lot of time together. Whenever I said anything about this, Grace would tease me. She'd say I was jealous, but she would also invite me to come with. I always declined. Eventually, I got used to it, and things were quiet for a while. Oops. Oh, yeah. Things were quiet for a while. Once at the store, I was applying discounts during work hours. I got distracted because there was a little pop-up. I got a pop-up from malware. It's an antivirus program, or I guess anti-malware program. Which, by the way, just very off-topic, but it's just funny to me because malware bites. I mean, as far as I know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it's marketed these days, but it's the last time I checked, is one of the best, anti-malware programs that you could just use for free. Actually, but why is it called malware bites? It's like you think you wouldn't want to download something that's called literally malware. I don't know, but anyway. Once at the store, I was applying discounts during work hours. It should have been done before we opened up, but someone had been slacking off. I won't point fingers. It was Don, the old guy. So I was the one. I was the one stuck wondering what kind of dog food the minus 20% should go on, or something like that. The lists they gave us were always terrible, so full of corrections you could barely read them. As I was about to choose at random where to apply the discount sticker, someone put a hand on my shoulder. Oh, Anna. There was a tightness in my chest, but it passed within a second. As I said, I'd gotten used to it. She didn't scare me anymore. Hi. How are you, Jack? I'm alright, thanks. Hey, random question. Do you like big dogs or small dogs? Big dogs, I guess. I see. I bent down and placed a sticker reducing the price of the dog food that had one of those wiener dogs in the packaging. Grace is in the break room, by the way. I know. I was just there. But I wanted to see you. Yeah? Why? Oh, I haven't seen you at all for the past week, Didn't you notice? I guess. I was called to work a lot. You must have been busy here too. Yep, busy. We should meet more often. After all these years apart, we must have a lot of stories to tell, huh? Yeah, maybe. Jack, you mentioned dogs, right? Right. Was that because of Buddy? Who's Buddy? So you really don't remember anything? Nope. I don't remember this Buddy. I don't remember knowing you either. Of course, now I do know about Buddy. I don't remember his breed or how old he was or anything other than his name, really, but I do know of him. A certain picture book told me. Oh, it was foreshadowing, maybe. Well, that's really too bad. But it'll come back to you, I'm sure. Who knows? Buddy was a really sweet dog. You liked him a lot. I shrugged. And he loved you, but then again, that dog loved everyone. He was so trusting. Too trusting? I'm sure he was. Are you really fine with not knowing about so much about your life? Are you really fine with not knowing about so much of your life, Jack? Yeah, I am. I'm used to it by now. I think it would feel weird if I could remember, actually. I suppose it's easier in a way. There are some things best forgotten after all, aren't there? Huh, yeah. Huh, yeah. The same thing. Of course there are. I wish some of those things would have had the decency to stay forgotten. Why mention it now, though? Oh, no reason. I was just a little curious. Uh-huh. I didn't believe her. I sensed that there was something in particular she wanted me to remember. I do know now, or I do know what that is now, but I still don't know why she wants me to remember what she did. Is this some sick form of love, or does she want to finish the job? Is it both? I don't know. I really don't. Her mind is as much of a mystery to me now as it ever was. The inner machinations of her mind are an enigma. Interlude. Wow, interlude. Anna in Wonderland. Dear Diary. I assume this is Anna's perspective. I found him. It was beautiful. It was like fate. It was fate. As soon as I came to this city, I caught his scent in the air. A little. But mostly I smell homeless people and gasoline. Why did you go all the way out here, Jack? You love nature. The smell pines where we grew up. I was ready to spend weeks looking for you, Jack. Or months, years if I had to. I even got a job at the hospital here. They're understaffed, so it was easy. Actually, kind of, you know, topical. But anyway, but there you were, in the first store I went to. I'd even go in to look for you. Fate, fate, fate. Was that in Japanese? Unme, I think. Unme. But you were a little strange. Surely you recognize me? I haven't changed that much, have I? I mean, it's been a while, and I have tried to make myself pretty for you in every way I can think of, but you knew it was me, right? I knew it was you. You haven't forgotten me. Were you pretending? Playing a game? Yes, that must be it. Well, I love to wait and see what you're doing, dear, but I've been a patient girl for far too long. Dear Diary, Friday. Jack Friday. I knew he changed his name to that, but it's just so funny, isn't it? Oh, okay, so that's his, like, new name. Jack Friday. It really was his name, Friday. Or his last name. We'll have to change it back, Jack, for when we're married. I want the real one to follow my first name. Jack Friday. It made me giggle when I saw in your employee records, darling. How do you get those? I just had a peek, nothing more. Just to see where you live. Ah, yes, simple. I wanted to follow you home at first, but then I thought, supposed to be thought, I think. Hey, wouldn't it be insanely romantic if the next time I saw you, we lived right next to each other? I know you're playing your little game of you don't know me anymore, but that's not too much, is it? Being neighbors. You won't be angry, right? Even if it makes you angry, I have to at least do this, right? I can't wait anymore. I'm tired of being by myself. I've waited this long already. I prepared for you so much. Maybe you won't be mad. Please don't be mad. Please. P.S. One other thing, darling. This street where you live isn't in a terrible part of town. Or the street where you live, isn't it in a terrible part of town? Run down and cheap and even dangerous. I have been here for long, but I think that's right. Is that part of your game too? I work in the store. That must be it as well. Someone like you should never work there. Instead, you should be a... Oh gosh, I can't even imagine what. And isn't that perfect? I don't want you working anywhere. I want you all for me. Okay. Dear Diary. This tree is worse than I thought. God, the smell. You really know what you're doing, Jack? No, I shouldn't doubt you, I know. The rent is cheap at least, very cheap. But more important than that or anything else, there was a vacancy right next door to your apartment. I can't wait to move in. We'll be neighbors. I'll see so much of you, it will make me drunk. Dear Diary. She doesn't say the date, you know. So, like Jack puts the date, but not Anna. What a beautiful dump. I said this to the landlord when I brought my things here. He thought I was complaining. He said I should have checked out the apartment before I rented it. Oh, he's an idiot. There could have been a swarm of rats or roaches living in the apartment, or crack addicts for that matter. I wouldn't give a darn. But still, I can't keep it dirty forever. I have to practice my homemaking skills. Time to make this dump a home. She's very enthusiastic. Dear Diary, just back from a quick jog, gotta stay in shape, and the brownies are just about done. I know, I should have kept an eye on them, but I've been doing this for long enough, you know. The brownies are perfect. Not burnt, not raw, just right. I hope he likes them. No, he didn't eat them. Jack, I don't know if I can go on. Who is this girl? I'm the one for you, the only one for you, and yet you... I know this is part of your plan, but you didn't have to do it this way. Why are you being so cruel? I have work now. I don't care. I'll go sleep. Dear Diary, I cried all the bad feelings out. Things don't seem nearly as bad now. Jack is testing me, so I have to show him what I have what it takes. Yes, testing. It's just a weird game. There's nothing at all I can do this. A weird, like, S&M game. Dear Diary, I met her today. Grace. I hope she doesn't get in the way. She's a sweet girl, but she's clumsy. She dropped a plate, my plate too, of cookies, and there were cookies and broken pieces of porcelain everywhere. I'm pretty clumsy too, I guess. I cut myself in the shower when I tried to pick it up. Jack came in just as I got cut. He must have sensed I was hurt. Yes. There's a lot of blood for a wound so small. The blood reminded me of that time. It always does. I showed it to Jack. He looked like he was gonna vomit. Great acting, Jack. I love you. Great. That's, I don't know, for some reason that made me laugh. Great acting, Jack. Dear Diary, I've gotten better at playing along with Jack's little game. I see him a lot more now, everywhere I go. Nearly half those times, and I've been trying to make our paths cross. Fate. I'm also seeing Grace a lot more. She's always asking me to go somewhere for her to chat, and she's always coming over to my apartment without Jack. And she's become a real bother, honestly, but I act nice. That girl tells me things about Jack, after all. Though, of course, she doesn't know anything about him that I don't. That's because she doesn't really know Jack. But now I know what he's pretending to be like. He told Grace that he has amnesia. It's a little unoriginal, Jack, don't you think? That's okay, though. She believes you. That dumb little... Okay. Something I noticed that Anna doesn't swear. You know, I've noticed that Jack swears all the time, but not Anna. Dear Diary, I'm troubled. I'm starting to think that Jack is not pretending. What if he really has forgotten all about me? No, I can't have that. I need a sign, Jack. Just one little sign, so that I know you remember. One sign. Anything is fine. Dear Diary, Jack doesn't remember me. I'm pretty sure of it now. He doesn't remember anything. Darn. But that's a good thing. He hasn't been acting cold on purpose. I'll give his memory a little jog, and that'll be that. Good as new. But this also means that he's serious about that Grace girl. We can't have that. No. I'm starting to see her true colors. She's a filthy seductress, alright. She's also an idiot. She invited me for dinner tomorrow at her apartment. Their apartment. Her and Jack's apartment. The apartment they're sharing together. Without me. Yandere time. August 16th. Terrible day, really awkward. Anna was hovering around me all day. I swear she was here for more than... Mork? Another, like, weird typo. Was here for more than 2 shifts. How the bell does that work? Let's go. I couldn't write it out. Okay, this is intentional, actually. It wasn't a normal type, like a typical typo. It was actually a real, like, in-game typo, I guess. I couldn't write at all. She's only gone now, and it's after midnight. I guess I should mark this the August 17th then, not the 16th, but who cares. Now I have to write in the dark, but that's fine. I don't see it being a problem. So not long after... Did I write about how Anna came to see me at the store that one time? Yeah, I did. Not long after that, Grace invited Anna over for dinner. She could have told me before asking, Anna. Not that I wouldn't have said no. I didn't have an excuse to say no. But I mean, she only told me about dinner a few hours before it. Yes, I was preparing for a really relaxing evening, and all of a sudden Grace says we should start making dinner, and oh no, I forgot to tell you, Jack. I should be so bitter and childish. People forget that it happens. She didn't mean anything bad by it. It still rubbed me the wrong way, though. Anna was going to invade my home and be there for hours. And I'm pretty sure I had every right to be angry about that. No, I'm sure. I should have sent her packing the first time I saw her, and then when she moved in next to us, and a million times after that. I should have. The fault is mine. So yeah. Dinner. My boy. It's time for dinner. The food tastes amazing, Jack. Thanks, I barely made anything. Well, that's not true, is it? You're in charge of the rice. Yeah, the rice. It ended up mushy. I think it's delicious. And I ate it like it was the tastiest thing in the world. An idea popped in my mind. If I bore her, she might leave early. You know, this never works. You always try to push her away and pretend to be boring. That just makes her want more. It makes her think you're playing hard to get, you know? Anyway. Thanks. But the chicken is much better. And it's incredible how you could have make anything decent in the oven we have, Grace. Oh, don't talk about the oven, Jack. It's embarrassing. I bet you've never seen a greasier oven, Anna. Oh, that's Jack. I bet you've never seen a greasier oven, Anna. I swear to God. I tried to clean it, but nothing works. I don't know what the previous owners did to make it that dirty. And that's not even the biggest problem, is it, you said? Yes. The light in the oven barely works. And don't get me started on the heating, it's so sketchy. Yeah, all of that. And you still managed to make something this good. What do you say, Anna? It's tasty. It reminds me of home. Have you tried remembering what home was like, Jack? I swallowed, choked, and coughed. What's with that all of a sudden? Anna smiled and went on eating. I was just wondering. No, I have not tried to remember what home was like. I don't see why I'd have to. I'm fine without it. Alright. It's a shame, though. Tough. Jack. Yeah? But what is it, Grace? I'm with Anna on this one. You are? Yes. Even after you said you were fine with me deciding what goes on in my head? I'm trying to think what's best for you. That's right. You can't spend your life running away from the past. Face it now. Be a man. It's not healthy to lock so much of yourself away. It can't be. You have to agree, Jack. I didn't reply. I was eviscerating a chicken drumstick. Nom 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 nom. Anna, I didn't tell you this, but at night, at least once a week, Jack. That's enough. It's embarrassing. Don't tell her that. I banged my fist on the table, then was immediately ashamed that I lost my temper. But I couldn't back down. This has got to do with me and me only. Stay the hell out of it, both of you. You understand? Why are you so... It's no good. I've never gotten this angry before. I needed to be alone. I walked off to another room, but that didn't help. I could still hear their murmurs and their whispering. They were talking about me. I dressed in a hurry. Huh? What are you going out, Jack? I nodded. Have fun. Wait, don't go. I'm sorry I keep insisting so much. You know I'm trying to help, right? Yeah. And please don't be mad. I couldn't stop being angry. It was stronger than me. Can you do just one thing for me? Just so I know I did all I could? Do what? Can you say you're fine with... No, please say that you don't want to remember. Can you do that for me? Of course. I hesitated longer than I thought I would. Suddenly it struck me I was being childish as hell. But in the end, my anger and my stubbornness won over. I don't want to remember. There. Are you happy now? I wanted things to stay as they were. That's all I ever wanted. For nothing to change. Because, for once, I was happy. Well? I'm sorry. You should be. You should be. I walked out. By the time I came back, Grace was gone. She was dead. Oops. As it turns out, leaving your girlfriend with your psycho stalker in the same room, maybe not a good idea. August 17th. I came back hours later after a little drinking and a lot of pointless wandering. The apartment was empty, her things were gone, but I only realized that after I read the letter. The letter was on the table next to our half-finished dinner. There was a key next to the letter too, her key to the apartment. I remember the letter word for word, so why don't I write it down here? Wouldn't that be fun? Jack, it said, I can't stay with you anymore. You're only gonna make yourself more miserable, and I can't help you. And I can't watch you do this to yourself. I pray there's someone who can help you like I couldn't, and I hope you'll be happy. Goodbye. Grace didn't sign the message. I would have recognized those neat letters anywhere. I've seen that same handwriting during our brief years together on dozens if not hundreds of little notes. Shift schedules, reminders to buy snacks or milk, things like that. They were, in fact, at least half a dozen of the yellow posters you used still around the apartment. Seeing them hurt. There are a lot of other things Grace hadn't taken with her, too. Socks, pants, a few undershirts, a scarf, one pair of shoes, a sweater she really liked, too. She would have worn the sweater while napping in the evening. It was all evidence of how much of a hurry she'd been in to get away from me. Now I know better. I mean, it seems a bit suspicious. Morning, everyone. The patients all greet her. I do too. Well, well. I'm happy to see you're finally stopped being Mr. Grumpy. Well, you know. Do you feel better? Does the leg still hurt? I'm a little better, I guess. At peace. Oh, that's great. You'll be up on your feet in no time, I'm sure. Free to come back home. I laugh like hell. Anna probably doesn't see what's so funny. She smiles vacantly. I guess she does love me in her own way. It doesn't matter though. Remembering the pain she caused me has given me conviction. My heart is set on killing her. August 18th. My health is vastly improving, doctor's words those, and I feel it. I don't wake up at night so much anymore, choking on pain, and I don't get so angry anymore that I have to chew my own fingers or end up shouting. I really am at peace. I know what to do, and I know I have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm a train going down a set of tracks at a few hundred miles per hour, no turns, no brakes. Whatever happens will happen. It's strangely calming. For now, I'll keep on writing. I know a good point to stop. After Grace left, I spent that first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was where my legs happened to give in under me after hours of walking back and forth in the apartment. I had paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows and carpets and poking my head in closets. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. She was playing hide and seek all this time. I woke up in the afternoon with a blanket over me. I thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guess it must have been Anna. I didn't go to work, I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have. I must have slept a lot too. It turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was all alone that day, that night and day after too, right up until the evening. That's when she made her move. The windows were closed and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in the apartment. I lay on the couch, shivering. I held to my chest the sweater Grace had left. I was about to slip into uncomfortable sleep when the front door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of the person coming in disappointed me. Hello? Jack? I stare at her. What's wrong? Stare. Gee. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in a talking mood. Eventually, she found the letter still on the table, pretended to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling. Go away. You're hurt, I know. She's terrible, isn't she, to have hurt you so badly? She's... The sweater was soft against my skin. I smelled of her. I know. She's awful. Let me help. She brought her hand near to my face. I turned my head away. I'm the one who can make you happy, you know. You won't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't want to, I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had been only 2 days since I last seen Grace, had last touched her, but it was like I had already forgotten a person's warmth. I raised my hand to bat hers away, and I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hand on hers. I was close to tears. There's so many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. Then Anna was here, and she was whispering that she'd never leave. We made love there on the couch, yes. Fade to black, though. Afterwards, I used a sweater to wipe the sweat off of me. Anna lay next to me, soft and warm, both her arms wrapped around one of mine. Didn't I say something about NTR before? I think I said something about that. In the morning after the long, long night, Anna looked at me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought at all about work. It was so irrelevant. Isn't the boss gonna be angry? Well, that's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure, yes. My apartment had a perfectly working shower, of course, but I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. After I had a shower at her place, Anna told me I could stay there a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes. And that's how it went. I don't feel shame for what I did. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things, watching myself get tricked and cheat on Grace and live with that woman who's caused so much misery to so many people. I know I should be ashamed. It's a disgusting thing I did and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. That one whole month is something I like to forget and never remember, so I won't write about it or about anything more. I've written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. This is it then, rather? It's goodbye. So goodbye, JF. Jack Friday. Okay? Let me just say, we don't need to say. Again, this is mostly, I said before, but it's kind of like a kinetic novel. I think there's a few choices. I mean, on the story page, there's a reference to the fact that you might make a few choices at the end, but for the most part, it's just like a straight story. I woke up and found the room dark. I assume this is, well, if I had to guess, Grace got kidnapped? I don't know. Incredibly dark. It didn't matter if my eyes were open or closed, the image didn't change. Chapter 5, a brand new happiness. Something wasn't right. The air smelled different. Grace made a soft moaning sound in her sleep. Oh, maybe not, no. I don't know. She lay next to me. I reached down to make absolutely sure she was here. Jack. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, well, we're still Jack. I thought it was Anna for some reason. Or no, not Anna, Grace for some reason. To hear her voice instead was like finding a snake in my bed. I almost fell over a nightstand. Are you okay? Bad dream? Stay. She touched me skin against skin. I remembered where I was and why I was here. Better? Yeah, sorry about that. Good. I settled back into my side of the bed. Anna ruffled my hair. You startled me. I didn't mean to. It's okay. I know you wouldn't do that. Because you love me. No, not really. Dear Diary, it's all been worth it. All the years of waiting and hoping have been so worth it. I never expected to go as well as it did. Now I feel so silly I ever worried. Grace the whore is out of the picture. It was easy. She's so scared of everything, and Jack is all mine. I expected he would struggle a lot more. I'm so proud of him. Even in the terrible state he's in, no memories of us at all, he knew in his heart he should pick me over her. You're so cute, Jack, the way you're absolutely helpless without me. I'll pamper you a little more. I can do that. There's no hurry, there's no rush. We've reached our happy ending. Oh, yes. I paced around Anna's bedroom. Step, 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 step. Turn. Step, 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 step. Turn. It wasn't a very large room, about the same size as mine, and step, 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 turn. It was dark, the curtains was drawn. But it would have been dark without them, too. The alarm clock's neon green digits hovering in the dark showed that it was 5:10 a.m. and it was Monday. Step, step, step. Anna's bedsheets rustled. She mumbled something and sat up. Jack, why are you? I took in a deep breath. It helped me keep my voice from shaking as I answered. It's nothing. Go back to sleep. What is it? Something wrong. Something is wrong, isn't it? Tell me. I'll make it go away. No, please. It's stupid. Tell me. I stepped closer to the bed, banged my shin on its side and side. Banged my shin on side and side. No, it's Monday. And I glanced over my shoulder at the alarm clock. Yep, it is. So, I have work. When I came back to the empty apartment, it was early Friday morning. I had missed work on Friday. I must be on thin ice already. I didn't even call in. And? Just don't go. Just don't go, forehead. But if I don't go today, they'll fire me for sure. So? What do you mean so? This is serious. But don't be upset. Here. Anna got up lazily and kissed me, held me. We stood there a few moments in silence. There. Doesn't it all seem better now? But I still... No, sweetie, you stay in today. She pressed herself harder against me. I felt her softness, the heat of her body. I could hardly feel anything else. You don't want to go to work, do you? I don't, but I mean I have to. You don't have to. It'll be fine. The world won't end. I was going to complain again, but she pressed a finger to my lips. You know what? An idea just came to me. If you move out of that awful apartment and come live with me instead, you won't have to work in that awful store anymore either. That sounds nice, doesn't it? It sounded so good. Anna understood me so well. But I wasn't sure of myself. I asked if it was really fine for me to stay here for good. Of course. I wouldn't want you anywhere else. As I have all the power in the relationship, and also am a control freak, and also manipulated you into sleeping with me. Anyway, dear diary. Oh my god, oh goodness. How is this going so well? I'm such a genius. I never worked so well before, now with the patients I tried it on, even though they were terminal. Wait a minute, what? Even though they had no one to visit them. All of them kept being themselves right up to the end. With Jack, I can do anything. I could mold him to any kind of person I want because I'm a psycho. He's like clay. I could change him into anyone, anything I want. How awful. He's so lucky that's me doing this. Could you imagine someone else with this kind of responsibility? No. What am I saying? Nobody else could make him so willing to change. Me, only me. He's only like this because he loves me so much. He's always loved me, even when he didn't realize it. And he'll always love me, and I always love him, and we'll be together forever. Forever. I'm so happy I could scream. Right now, I'm only teasing him a little, but that's okay. We have all the time in the world. Unlike those other boys, he's not about to expire. What do you mean other boys? Days went by, maybe a week. Jack. Come on, Jack. I laugh. If you don't let go of me, I can't go to work, you know. Then don't go. Stay here. Hey, one of us has to go. We needed to live. I need you to live. That's very sweet, but I still have to go. I wouldn't budge. She ran her fingers through my hair. I like that. If you get off me now, I promise I'll have a special surprise for you when I come back. Really? Really, I promise. Okay. I forced myself to let her go. After she went away, I lay back down on the bed. I waited for her to come back. I did nothing else. Just in this weird, abusive relationship now. And the surprise was a big plastic bag. It contained Grace's decapitated head. It was swollen, full of something. I looked at her, then at it, then her again, and frowned. You'll see. Come, we need to go somewhere. Go outside? You're not supposed to. Social isolation. Yes. Isn't that exciting? I looked away. What, you don't want to? I held up a pillow in front of me. It was meant to act as a barrier. We're just like a pet now, like literally. Oh, you big scaredy cat. Come on. She took my arm and pulled. I wouldn't go. Her grip was strong, or maybe I gotten weak, but I stayed in place. Huh. So you really don't want to go? Let's... How come we can't just stay here? Oh, sweetie. I don't want the apartment to burn down. No, what? She made me dressed in outside clothes. They were rugged and cold. The outside was even more rugged and cold. The street was wet. It must have rained. The people there were giving me looks. They were looking at me like I was trash. Why? What had I done to them? What had I ever done to anyone? Oh, hey. Ease up a little. You hurt my hand. I'm sorry. That's okay. If you really don't feel it, we can go back home right now. Really? Yes. But I know you can do this. So will you do it for me? Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you, Jack. You're so good to me. More blurry backgrounds. We walked for over 15 minutes. My feet hurt and my legs made clicking sounds. I hadn't really walked in over a week. But I didn't complain. We're almost there. Do you know where we are? I shook my head. Hannah had led me somewhere I'd never been. Each street we passed was dirtier and grayer and more abandoned than the last, and the people looked at us all the more meanly. I thought they were gonna hurt us, but Anna wasn't afraid, so I did my best to be brave too. Whatever she had in the plastic bag, it wasn't heavy. The bag was so full it was almost the shape of a big ball, but it still swung so lightly. What do you think is in there? I don't know. Like in the beginning, it was implied that Grace is still alive. So I don't think it's actually her head, but I don't know, it might be the twist that it is her head. Anna had noticed me looking. I don't know. Want to guess? I didn't. I told her I didn't. I told her I couldn't think of anything. Oh well, you'll see soon enough. Our destination, I saw 5 minutes later, was an empty street. A whole street, blocks and blocks of it, completely abandoned. The pavement was cracked. The buildings that still stood were hollow, and everything was overgrown with weeds. It was more a jungle than a city street. It was ugly. I hated to even look at it. Isn't it so beautiful? Yeah. I'll show you the best spot here. It's my favorite. But it'll be our secret, okay? You can't tell anyone else. Okay? We passed through a tunnel-like opening set in a tall, wide building. Beyond it was a field of brown-yellow grass. It came out to my chest. Surrounding the grass were the sides of a large apartment building. This used to be its courtyard. The building was a mottled, ugly gray. It had most likely been a prettier color before it burned out. It had so many windows, none of which had glass in them. They gaped down at us, empty and dark. Anna's spot was a square patch of concrete in the middle of the overgrown courtyard. Once there, Anna handed me something from the plastic bag. It was a small gas canister and a box of matches. Okay, we're just committing arson? Then she emptied the rest of the bag out on the concrete. When I saw the contents, my chest tightened and started to hurt. Anna, this is... On the ground were a few post-it notes, a pair of shoes, but mostly clothes. I had seen them before. They had belonged to someone I knew. Okay, so we're just burning Grace's old stuff, I guess? Who? Someone I had known an eternity ago. Too long ago to remember. It's only been a few weeks, but I knew these things were important. You know what this is? Yes. I shouldn't? It's fine if you still recognize them. Completely fine. You're not mad. I'm not mad. Give me that. Anna grabbed the gas canister from my hands. She poured the gas out onto the clothes and shoes and post-it notes, down the last drop. Then she tossed the canister aside and stepped away. The canister made a tinny empty sound as it hit the concrete. Tunk, tunk. After that, there was silence. Anna? Should I? What do you think you should do? Are you really not mad? Do what you think you need to do, Jack. And do it quick. It's growing dark and I didn't bring a flashlight. So I did what I thought I needed to do. I lit a match. It took me 3 tries to get it right because of my clumsy fingers. Cradling the little fire with my hands, I brought it over her things. They were wet and stank with gasoline. I held the lit match. I held the lit match above them. Probably not a good idea because even the fire can be lit from the fumes, you know. But anyway, why are you hesitating? Don't you want to do this? I don't know. I needed to do what Anna wanted me to do, but the thought of doing it made me want to lie down and cry. I couldn't explain why those things were so dear to me. They just were. The flame had almost reached my fingers. You think, well, in a normal situation, if Grace and Jack here broke up normally, you would think she would come back and get those things, get the stuff back. It's like clothes and everything, right? You wouldn't think she'd just leave without clothes. You have to buy new clothes, That costs a lot. That's expensive. The flame had almost reached my fingers, and I don't think... Do it. Do it. But it's against the Jedi code, or whatever. I dropped the match. I shouldn't. The little fire touched the gasoline and bloomed. The sudden heat made me step back. Good. Good, Anakin. Those things, those shoes and clothes and your little yellow notes were already crackling and turning to charcoal. Charcoal? Anna stood by me. I waited for her to scold me, but she didn't. She put her hand in mine, her fingers interlocked. Lude. You did well. I did? Yes. When it came down to it, you did what you should. I'm proud of you. A warmth filled my chest. My worry for those scattered pieces of nothing on the ground faded away. I was with the love of my life, and she loved me and I was proud of me. She loved me and was proud of me. How could I care about some... I couldn't even remember what it had been anymore. Old clothes? Whatever. Anna giggled. Evil laugh. Evil yander laugh. I don't know, I can't do it like it. It made me so glad to see Anna happy. She's so happy with her evil laugh. I pulled her closer. After a good minute of laughing, she laughed a lot. She sighed as if spent and looked up at me. Wasn't that fun? Yep. The things on the ground had already gone out. They were black and unrecognizable. Let's go back home. Okay, Anna. You're so happy, aren't you? And why wouldn't you be? I'm happy too. The happiest I've ever been. Me too. The happiest I ever been. Really? Yeah? Thank you, Jack. That means the world to me. We went away hand in hand. But before we walked out into the grass again, I looked back one last time at the things I had burned. Something moved the edge of my vision, up in one of the glassless windows. I looked again, but it was gone. This place is dangerous. Are there people here? You know what? There just might be. Bad people. Like your ex-girlfriend, maybe. I wish you get home as soon as we can. Yes. Home. Where it's safe. That little slut. I hope she had a good look at us burning all that trash of hers. Okay, so it really was. She did it in front, like specifically there for Grace to see. At Jack burning it. God, I'm so proud of him, it hurts. I can't believe I miscalculated, though. I thought Grace was gone for good. But then there she was, in our hallway, asking where Jack was and what I had done with him. All this while, Jack was around the other side of the door. Can you imagine what would happen if I wasn't there? She would have knocked on the door or rung the doorbell, or she would have probably called out too. It would have scared Jack so badly, I can't bear to think about it. Thankfully, I wasn't wrong about everything to do with her. She hasn't called the police. I knew she wouldn't. I just didn't think she'd come back at all. She was still scared as a little lamb. Her hands shook while she demanded I tell her what happened to Jack. He can't be in there, can he? She stepped forward, but when I put myself between the door and her, she backed off again. I wonder how she didn't pee herself. She was so scared. Jack doesn't want to see you. What are you doing to him? No one's seen him since I went away. It's like he's disappeared. He's been here the whole time? God, what are you doing to him? Be quiet. She was making so much noise. I put a hand on her shoulder. I had to see if she had the guts to slap it away. She just stood there. Jack is perfectly fine. He's happy and he doesn't want to see you again. I know he probably hates me now, but at least let me see him. I have to at least see him again. So annoying. Loneliness has made her desperate. Unpleasant. Ironic. That's what being by yourself does. Look at dear Jack. We've only been together again for a short while. He's already such a sweetheart, and he was so prickly before. If you see him now, he'll tell you he hates you. Do you really want that? No, I don't want that, but go away. It's as simple as that, don't you think? Even someone like you should understand. But why are you so... I thought we were... She swallowed hard. I have to see him. Anna, please. Being alone made you into a real bitch, you know that? What? Never swore this whole time. Or did it? Were you lonely after all? It really makes you wonder. With how little money you took with you, I was sure you'd be living on the streets. But you're clean. You don't smell more than usual. I'm living with a friend. What does it matter? That's a lie. You don't have any friends. Grace squared her teeth and glared at me. She wanted to run away in shame. She's so simple, so obvious, but she couldn't leave with Jack so close. So where are you staying? Whose cock are you sucking for rent? I'm not. Is that wrinkly old man? Is it that wrinkly old man you work with? It's nothing like that. I am living with Dom, but I'm not. Oh, aren't you? Now are you paying back his hospitality? You don't have any money. You quit your job too, I checked. I'm not paying back anything. Don't be shy. Screw you. Move. How violent. It's a good thing I separated her and Jack when I did. Any more of this girl's influence and who knows what could have happened. She tried to shove past me, but I had a little surprise in my pocket. Ah yes, the classic knife. And now that's... Yep. So don't dare touch me again. I might do something bad. I pressed the knife against the side of her neck. It drew blood. I couldn't help myself. But it wasn't a lot. I'm not gonna kill someone out in the open like that. I'm not stupid. You gotta kill them, you know, much more stealthily than that. Grace stood petrified. You can't do this. Al, you'll call the cops. No, you won't. They won't believe you. They never do. Right? She didn't lash out for once. She must have finally realized how useless it was to try. So she shuffled away. I waved her off. It's only polite. She didn't even look back. So smug. But then she kept following me around even after that. What a stalker, yeah. What a stalker. So had Jack burned her things, I know she was watching. It was beautiful. Now she'll back up for good. Okay. Well, things are going well for Anna, I guess.